This is hand fighting, but it's in wrestling they call it hand fighting. But you see it in Chisao, you see it in push hands, you see it in Greco-Roman, you see it in Sambo, you see it in Judo. It's all important stuff. So for example, let's say he's going to grab the same side. Okay, so basically what these are is ways to deal with when somebody grabs. Now the most important thing to remember when we talk about when somebody grabs is he's strong here, right? I'm just holding your hand here just to show point. If I go like this, it's not coming out, right? His fingers may even be strong. What's not strong is his thumb. So usually what we do is we say we bring the thumb against the thumb. It's one of the easiest ways to get out. Right? So sometimes what happens is he grabs me this way. You see, if I try to do that thumb up thing, it's not thumb against his thumb. Right? Try to hold me. Right? Try to get my knee a little stronger than that. See? So that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. But again, I go against what's weak. It's hard to hold, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way I want to go out. If he holds me this way, right? I'm not going to pull back this way. This one's useful, for example, if let's say you're in my guard, you're trying to hold me here, right? To punch me or to control me or to keep me from like sweeping you and stuff. And a lot of people don't know how to get out of this, right? Because if I do this, it's not helping me. And in fact, then you pin it to my chest, right? So again, though, it's the thumb that's the thumb, right? Now, sometimes he grabs me, and let's say he's really strong, and I just do this, and that's not enough, right? See if you can get it from the top down a little bit more. Look what I'm doing with my knuckles.
Yeah, you move too fast.
Also, he grabs me here, same thing, right? So, normally this is good enough, but let's say he's kind of strong, or he shifts his weight a little bit, and I'm doing. See how I'm having trouble? See my knuckles?
Okay.
See how that works? Sometimes people grab two hands right this way, and you can't. Look at my knuckles, and then smack. Right? So you have up. Right, up. It switches the grip. Down. Right? Down. Well, it's the same one. Right. Use the knuckles. See how it makes it hard for you to control?
Yeah.
Right? Same one. Now let's say he goes across. You're trying to do it. Right? So again, this works a lot of times, right? It just comes up. But if he's kind of strong, we have this thing, it's the Jugeng, the mirror hand, right? Jugeng Pao, like looking in the mirror. This is Jugeng Sao, with the hand. And what I do is I look at the mirror and then I show him the mirror. Come on, try to hold me a little harder. Right? I look at the mirror and I show him the mirror. Grab me this way, right? I look at the mirror and then I show you the mirror. That's because my foot's moving. Look at the mirror, show.
I thought it was strong.
Right? But here, he grabs me. Now, I use this same motion, though, and I hold on to him. Right? And then I come here.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
All the joint locks, you see all kinds of wrist locks and stuff. Almost none of them work. This one works. And then you lower this bone. You can see it doesn't really take much power. It's this.
Like that.
Right? In other words, I push this in this way and then this bone coming down. And you can see how it's just this power is enough. Right? So when he grabs me here, this is called the wrap. Right? And it's a very powerful joint lock. One of the few ones that I recommend. Another thing to remember though, for this angle, right, is pull. People forget about this, right? He's so concerned with holding me, he's not going to fight this. So I have a couple of options. I come here and here. You feel how it locks your thing, or I reach up here. See how it locks your elbow?
Yeah.
Right? I just pull. I got that foot. But you see how I'm here? This is going to suck. Plus I can smack him in the nuts. Things, because what happens is, you get into like this kind of position, right? And people start to kind of grab, and so then you have to learn how to hand fight. Right, exactly. Right. This is how you get like stuff like confidence. Right? Because you're fighting here. Right? Or you get 2-on-1. This is important too. Again, look how maybe do it from this side. Look how I use my shoulder. This is cow, right? Shoulder. See how I turn it into more than just a 2-on-1. I turn it kind of into You feel it like on your
Like
your elbow. Elbow. Right? So as I go here, on the better ones, right? I come here and you see how with my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's more than just pummeling in. It creates power, and you've got a bit of a joint lock. And if he folds in to try to avoid this, right, well, then you get this. Oof. Right? This is one of the few joint locks. I don't teach a lot of joint locks, but these definitely work. So again, like I'm trying to pull. Oh. See how that works? So I've got arm drag. I got 2-on-1. Pummel in. Right? I can pull. Sometimes I get a joint lock out of it. Right? Pull. Right? Or here. Right? This is cracking, right? Switch up. Come in. Right? And if you look here, remember I told you about pouch width? Pouch width? Right? Pouch width.
It's just
Go back and, there's those footage of me doing forms. Right?
so it's straight in the ball and socket area.
Yeah, well, it's right here. Again, this is not really used to go hit you, hit you, hit you. This kind of stuff is used when he grabs me and I go here and go up, and do that ballistically. Not going to be happy, right? He grabs my hand and I go, ooh. Right? Not going to be good, right? So what we have to learn is first here, this area, hand fighting. So we have this kind of hand fighting. Also you have like the sensitivity, right? Notice how I'm trying to stay kind of connected, right? Even though I'm looking at him, I want to know where his hands are. See? Because that's the first thing. We throw in some punches, boom, boom, boom. Then we get in here. This is like chi sao and push hands. You see all this stuff here, right? Like I said the other day, it could be disproportionate because this is just like a second in a fight. So I don't need to like spend 20 years developing this. But I have some skills here. So those skills are very simple. Just pop. Right? See that? Just short. Why? Because, right? Or, right? Think about this short hand system. Right? So why? Why do they do that? People think like, well, they're blocking a punch and they're hitting him. No. Fucker, no. It's like, you get here. Right? Get that? Or, why? Because, right? That's sensitivity, right? Why? 'Cause that's where I'm getting my arm drag, right? I'm getting my 2-on-1, right? Arm drag, 2-on-1. You see stuff like in Bak Mei, like this, right? Well, once I go here, right? This is just, it's a simple skill. Just pick his arm up. You see it in wrestling too. I mean, everybody in wrestling knows this drill, right? But what they do is they do it here, and then they straight. Right? So we get here and I go, boom, or here, boom, right? It's a little higher. You pick up, boom. So this is called boigim, carrying the sword. So it looks like you're pulling a sword out. But really, you pick up, smack into the kidneys, right? This is the stuff you see, like, in the short hand, right? Like here. This stuff, right? The sucks out, right? Bak Mei, right? See what I'm doing? Right? Sucks, right?
Yes, it does.
It's not, I'm fighting you. No, it's for exactly this range. And then, once you get out of that range, we're going to get here. And we were doing this over here. Is that right? And then, of course, you have high pommels. Get them up high. Right? Come from here, double high, right? Come over here. Boom. We've got to learn all these pommels, all these flows. Come underneath. Right? And then just what Eric calls a sumo, but it's so hot more here. right, which is beginning here. Right, see? Short.
You're just pushing him, or you're pinching and pushing?
I can pinch him, but I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Right? But really what I'm doing is I'm getting, not just pushed up, just push it up. See? That's the secret, not easy.
You're getting underneath.
Yeah, I'm getting underneath him, exactly. And what's interesting is, if you learned real Chinese martial arts, you learned all these skills. If you didn't, you didn't learn real Chinese martial arts. But yet, there is an analogous skill in Western wrestling. And Kung Fu people think Western wrestling is all like brute force. But it's not, it's technique. And so what I like is I like looking at them from two different perspectives. Same skill. One's I got from learning Kung Fu, and one I got from learning in the wrestling